What up, y'all? It's your man Quest, and this is your marriage moment.
Yo, what up, y'all? Once again, welcome to another edition of Marriage Moments. Like, for real, the Queen City. Shouts out to the Queen City. As you can see behind me is Bank of America, Panthers Stadium, Carolina Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Carolina Panthers. I've been getting a couple of messages this week. One in particular, I asked if I could use her name. She said, yeah, she's cool with me using her name. Her name is Jennifer. She said, Quest, I love the marriage gems that you drop from time to time, but what about the singles, right? And I said, okay, cool. We're going to drop one for the singles, right? And we spoke about it before, but we're going to revisit it again, right? Number one, just like you see behind me, the Carolina Panthers Stadium, right? When those Panthers get on the field, there is rules to the game. Yep, I'm gonna say it one more time. There's rules to the game. And just like there's rules to the game in football, there's rules to the game in terms of relationship, right? What you wanna do is you wanna set a firm foundation, right? And so number one, the first thing that you wanna do when you're getting into relationship is you want to have core values. I'm gonna just let that sit for a minute. Once again, you wanna have core values, right? What are the 5 things that are important to you? What are the 10 things that are important to you, right? That are deal breakers. I'm gonna say that one more time. 5 to 10 things that are deal breakers for you, right? And I'm saying that in order for you to have a successful relationship, number one, you have to have core values, but not core values that somebody else has to respect, although they have to respect your core values, but core values that you must embody for yourself first and foremost. Here's what I find happening with most of our singles. They get into relationship for the sake of getting into relationship, right? Not having any core values, and then some move from relationship to committed relationship to marriage, right? And then when they get in marriage, sidebar, let me tell you, whatever you compromise on before marriage, right, becomes magnified after marriage, right? So the thing that you compromised on in terms of what your core values are, you get into marriage now, right? And that thing becomes magnified, and there's a large number of couples, according to research, that end up in divorce. Why? Because they compromise the core values. So Jen, that's number one. 5 to 10 core values that you embody for yourself that somebody else must respect, right? Or must embody along with you, right? And if they don't, then guess what? You might have to seek other options. Case in point, I got a girlfriend of mine, right? A friend of mine, she went out on a date with a young man one time. Brother had everything going for him, nice job, nice car, nice home. Things was really looking up for him, right? And she was doing pretty well for herself. Went out on a date with him, and some way, somehow she worked into the conversation that one day she'd like to have a family. She'd like to have kids of her own, right? He decided that, nope, I'm doing well for myself. I don't want any kids. My sister has kids, and if I want to spend time with them, right, then check it out. I can spend time with them and then send them back. Long story short, at the end of the date, when he went to drop her off at home, he said, I really had a good time tonight. She said, I did too, right? And he said to her, can I see you again? And she said, no, right? And some of you are wondering, well, what happened, right? She was not willing to compromise her core values. Why? Because she said, I understand that you don't want kids, and someday I do. So it doesn't make sense for us to get into any kind of relationship to waste your time or waste mine, right? And tell you the truth, 3 years later, she was married. Another 2 years after that, she had children. What am I saying? She had the relationship and everything that she was looking for in the relationship. Why? Because she was not willing to compromise her core values. And I'm telling you, do not compromise your core values, because when you compromise your core values, chances are you're going to operate outside of the rules of the game and make yourself angry and frustrated, right? And you can turn your relationship into a curse rather than a blessing, right? So remember, keep in mind the rules of the game and never, ever compromise your core values. Why? Because those are the things that you make your decision as to who you're going to date and possibly or potentially end up marrying later on. So y'all know what I'm about to say, right? You know it. From shaky to good, from good to great, ultimately we want phenomenal relationships and phenomenal marriages. But guess what? They just don't happen, right? It takes work, specifically working on making sure you have core values to make your decisions, right? And let's go ahead and make the rest of our relationship, the rest of our marriage, the best of our relationship, and the best of our marriage. It's your boy Quest saying peace. What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest, man. If you like the information in this video and you know somebody might be able to use it, do me a favor. Comment in the section below, like, and more importantly, subscribe. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, my link's over to the right. All right? Peace.